Welcome back to the Taste Store, everyone. Hopefully there's no spitting up this episode.
Why would there be?
We have returned with another Japanese treat that I brought back from my recent adventure.
What's her name?
No, not this time, unfortunately. Now this one is definitely 7% alcohol.
That's what it says.
This is the
what they tell
Suntory
me.
Highball. Highballs are...
The opposite of what Bob has.
Right.
I'm more long ball.
Let me rephrase that.
Low ball.
The whiskey and seltzer water is very popular in Japan, and they serve it in all kinds of restaurants and stuff, but they also have it, pretty much every convenience store has cans of either Suntory, Kirin, one of the other ones, so...
It's a glass. Highball, right?
It is. That's
What's the type of glass?
That's what
Yeah.
this is the drink it's written for.
Right.
That's why it's called that glass.
Right.
Now,
Right.
being an American, it's kind of odd, but I've never had a highball. Especially, I'm a huge whiskey fan.
Don't think I have.
I wouldn't think to mix seltzer water with whiskey because
So-
whiskey I can just drink by itself.
So I had it over there, and I like it. I mean, it's okay. It's not my favorite thing in the world. They just have a real taste for it, I guess.
Well, you know how to talk it up.
I think...
A highball, that's what happens when you're on a cycle.
Yeah.
Highball.
Yeah.
Just drink your shit.
Now.
Smells like watered down whiskey.
That's what it tastes like. I mean, that's all it tastes like.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it literally tastes like you just poured seltzer water in some Jack
It-
Daniels.
right, exactly. what it
Watered
tastes
down whiskey. Absolutely.
I'll tell you why I think they do that. I think that the reason that they like this stuff is because in the Japanese taste is they like things that are, especially alcohol-wise, normally they don't drink straight liquor like we do. It's not super pungent. So I think they like this taste because it's whiskey flavor. It doesn't dilute the whiskey flavor in the sense of it's just seltzer water. There's no mixer.
So it still tastes
water.
like whiskey.
Exactly. It still tastes like whiskey, but it's not pungent. It's not
So
strong.
what you're trying to say is Japanese people are bitches.
No.
That's what he's trying to say.
Some they like, maybe the real drunks like the whiskey taste, I don't know. I'm sure they like that everywhere, but I like
know.
it. It's not my favorite thing in the world.
It is very odd. It's like, it's got a hint of whiskey, so I kind of inclined to like it because I like whiskey, but then like...
That's actually my exact same thing.
Right.
It's like, I like the smell.
No.
I take the taste and it's so watery.
I was the very same way when I first had it, and I'm certainly not saying that I...
You know what it tastes like? When you have a Jack and Coke, or like club or something, 'cause we be clubbing,
Oh, right.
you drink a lot of it, and then you stand there with it in your hands
Ice cubes.
for like
Ice
20
cubes.
minutes.
Ice cubes.
The ice
Yep.
melts with just the remnants
Yeah.
of the whiskey
That's
left.
exactly what it tastes
That's
like.
what this fucking
That's
is.
exactly
Yeah.
what it tastes like. And the reality is, when I was there, I bought a couple of these, but I didn't really buy much, because this isn't... They have so many other better drinks that this isn't really what I would choose to buy. But, the reason I brought it back was, well, two reasons. First of all, it was one of the things we'd never taste stored, and it was in the shop I was in, so I bought it.
Good call.
And then the
Yeah.
other thing is,
I like it.
it's interesting. It's fun to try stuff.
I like the can.
Why the hell not, right?
I like the can. I like the sentiment. And watered down whiskey.
Yeah, I agree.
and-
I like the
My-
lemon strong a little bit.
My rating on it, the lemon strong, I like that stuff. I really do. It's nice. And they have all different citrus flavors. They have a lime one that's really good, a grapefruit one
But we're
that's
not
probably the
talking
best.
about that
Sorry.
right now.
Anyway, this here,
Don't get him upset.
my rating on this would be like a 5. It's average. For what it is, it's okay, but it's not my thing.
I wish I had a reference point. I don't have anything. to
Yeah, that's what I was
compare
just
to.
thinking. Like, how the hell do we rate this?
Yeah.
Watered down whiskey.
Yeah.
The ice cubes with the Jack Daniels.
Because you can't rate it bad for being watered down whiskey because that's what it's supposed to fucking be.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
It does kind of have a Jack taste too, though. Like for real.
Their whiskey is very bourbon. There's bourbon style, and then there's also Scotch style. They do a lot of that stuff.
Well, can't hate him for that.
The lower end ones are more like the Kentucky whiskeys, and then the higher end ones are more like the Scotch with like the... It's not as peaty, but still some of that oaky peat type thing. I had the best whiskey I've ever tasted is a Japanese whiskey, bar none.
Why didn't you bring some home? You
Because it's
dick?
$300 a bottle. I tried it on the flight over in first class, and they had it on the first class, so I drank a shitload of it. But when I got there, it was called. Fuck! I had the minis of it. Remember? The flight attendant gave it to me on the flight.
really?
Yes.
We'll go
God
get it.
damn
It's at home.
Yes, I have 3 minis of it.
Well, you're gonna see that
It's
in a little while.
Yeah.
Because we're making him go the fuck home.
Yeah.
She gave. I remember. This is All Nippon Airways. I love you. Let me just tell a quick little story for you. I was on the flight. Never flown first class before. I used all my miles and flew first class to Tokyo. We're on the flight, and they're, it's first class. They're kissing your ass and all this stuff.
If you're gonna do it,
And
do it.
So they come up to me towards the end of the flight, And she's like, because I told her, she was like,
You look like a
whiskey?
drunk.
She's like, you like the whiskey? You like the beer that I had? And I was like, oh, this whiskey?
That was racist.
I know I'm American and all, but this is the best whiskey I've ever had. I was like, oh, very nice. Into the flight she comes up. This is 14 hours later. We're getting ready to land. She's like, okay, well, we wanted to say thank you, and here's a card for you. And they had all written a little note to me saying thank you so much and all this stuff. And then she was like, and we gave you some things. So I figured, oh, cosmetics, whatever. Inside this box was 3 minis of this whiskey. That each mini was like $15, and they just gave them to me. And because I got to the hotel before I even noticed. I just figured, it's fucking like a toothbrush and fucking soap that they had left over from the
I think
place.
this is the story for that episode.
True. I'll tell it then too.
Okay.
So, anyways, my rating on this would be about a 5.
Okay. The highball here.
The highball here.
4.5.
There you go.
I don't know, I think this is about as
It's
enjoyable as your low balls.
It's not bad.
No, it's what it says it is. It's just not the most enjoyable.
I mean, I guess you can't hate for it being what it says it is, but what it is
not something I would
the
drink.
whiskey in the bottom of the cup after the ice melts for 20 minutes. I mean, 3. I can't. I don't know.
No, I hear you. 3, 4.5, 5. Taste store will return. Sorry for this video going so long with the long balls over here.
Got long balls.
I mean, that's the end.
The Suntory Highball from Japan has 7% alcohol by
If you're ever
volume.
in Japan, try some kind of maybe.
Try it once.
Yeah, try it once.
Check it out. Taste store will return. Thanks for joining us.